AITA if I tell husband's family he cheated? AITA for telling husband's family about his banging skank coke whore from work. Me 47F husband 44M met in college 25 years ago. He is from Midwestern Christian family. I am artsy-fartsy, globe-trotting, nose-ring hippie chick. His family thought I was a curious choice but tolerated me. His mom clearly despised me even though son adored me. We married after 3 years together, 20 years ago. I couldn't win this woman over no matter how hard I tried. I bought her lavish gifts and sent Mill and Phil on tropical cruise. She still didn't like me. She called 3 weeks before our wedding in 2003 to tell me I'm not family. Over the years I noticed that my husband always took her side, no matter how hard she shit on me. His parents live hundreds of miles away. We are in Maryland. They are in Indiana, so it's easy to avoid her. Cut to 2013, and I'm finally pregnant with first and only baby. I was over the moon. When I told husband, he said, "Are you going to keep it?" I can't explain it, but something snapped and I had a visceral reaction telling me F.A.K. this marriage is over. During pregnancy, husband made me cry regularly about how I ruined his good time by getting pregnant. Both of my parents had died years ago, and I had nobody, so I took his shit. He was a horrible pregnancy partner, and the night I went into labor he went to bed saying, "Hey, wake me up when it's time to drive you to hospital." F.A.K. right? After her birth I was knocked over with PPD. I could have handled not having my mom if he'd been decent. I could have handled him being a turd if I had my mom. I couldn't handle both and was very depressed. He ruined the whole experience of motherhood for me, and I didn't like him anymore as a man. I gave up my job to be Psalm. Living in my late mother's home, I bought out brother from her estate and kept it. I decided to be a good sport and drive husband and 10-month baby to have her first Xmas with his family. On Xmas morning, just as I got the baby's breakfast ready, his whole family left me in the kitchen to go open gifts. It broke my heart. I asked Hubs to wait while I fed the baby. He shrugged and said, "What do you expect me to do?" before joining his family. It was a slap in the face and the last straw with them. After returning home, his mom wrote me a letter making fun of me for being upset. I've not spoken to her for 10 years since. Hubs takes daughter to visit them, and I stay home. Around my daughter's second birthday, I felt it. He was too close with his work wife. They commuted downtown together, and he wouldn't come home for hours after work. She is day drinking, cokehead married mother of 4 yours at the time. I knew they were fooling around. I snooped and found the messages, the half-used box of condoms in his car, etc. Finally, one night I woke up and went to check on him. He was jerking off in the LR while texting her. I let him have it and ran out to his truck to show him I found his condoms. Lots of yelling ensued. The next night I let baby fall asleep in car seat as I drove downtown. I parked several cars away so I could see his truck. As expected, husband and coworker come down and start going at it within minutes while I sat there and watched with baby sleeping in the back seat. I thought I was going to puke. I videotaped them and sent it to her husband. My husband and AP called me a damaged home wrecker for F-king up her life. I kicked him out a few days later because he said affair was all my fault and called me damaged goods. I saw on his phone he told his sister to ignore me because I'm crazy. He has admitted to never telling his family about the affair, as he said he never F-k'd her, so it wasn't cheating. After 2 years separation, he bought his own house, and I moved in. Not because I like him, but for my daughter and from lots of family pressure to forgive him. His family thinks everything is peachy probably. I don't really know. His mom has some money now and wants to take whole family, us 3, still her husband, 3 kids, to Disney World. I said okay, because daughter will love it, but honestly I'm dreading the trip. We are all staying in one house. I've not spoken to these people in 10 years. His mom is apparently tripping because she just wants to be friends with me. I have decided to be cordial, but honey, we ain't friends. Ever. My question is this. I took my ring off in 2016 when husband said he and AP left theirs on while going at it. Yeah, we lived together in different bedrooms, but I'm not honoring him by wearing my wedding ring anymore. If his mom or sister ask about lack of ring, can I tell them about the affair? Do I say your precious golden son and his coke whore girlfriend left theirs on? Do I show them the video of him and AP in the parking garage? It would be so incredibly satisfying, but will 100% ruin the trip. I am tired of covering for him. I don't care if it embarrasses him, really. AITA if I disclose his affair? First comment, or the other way around. I had male friend that let his girlfriend and mother of his kids walk all over him, because for the kids. She didn't do shit, although she was a Sam. He would come home to a messed up house, laundry piles all around, etc. He would come home, cook dinner, vacuum, do laundry, put kids to bed at 10. And then she was mad because he simply fell asleep at 10. Kids were at school at that time, so it was not that she was taking care of newborns or toddlers, because then I would have understood. She had at least 4 or 5 hours a day to work on the household. She just didn't like it. He eventually left her. But damn, I had a hard time not repeating to him that he was better off alone. I said it once just so he knew that he wasn't treated fairly, but that's all I could do. Second comment, I don't think it's that unusual to have the family take her the side of the non-cheating spouse, even if they don't completely disown them. That happened with my cousin and her ex and my sister and her ex. Both married men who eventually cheated on them, and both sets of in-laws prioritized their daughter-in-laws over their cheating sons. They didn't disown them or anything, but they definitely didn't end their relationships with their sill over the actions of their sons. My sister has gone on many summer vacations with her ex-in-laws that her ex was not invited on. They also provided a welcome buffer during the divorce when my sister and her ex couldn't talk without fighting, and my sister is still really close to them 10 years later and still considers them family despite everything. That said, both my sister and cousin were friendly with their in-laws before their excess started cheating, and they got divorced. So that's definitely not going to happen in this case, and it'll probably go how the other poster said, and they'll blame up for the actions of their horrible family member. Third comment, she grew up not knowing what security and peace and love are, so she has no point of reference. Listen, you have been deeply hurt, but I feel like you don't want the same thing for your daughter, so it's okay to move on. Your husband hasn't even been much of a father to your precious little girl, so don't torture her or yourself with this marriage longer than you have to. I hate to tell you this, but you could have a close-up, full-view video of them F-king and his family would still treat you like shit. I mean, he learned that shit from somewhere and they all seem to act the same. I personally don't care if you show them or not, but I don't think it will have the desired effect. I think some or all of them actually know already and just co-sign his behavior. Please don't keep willingly giving these people unsupervised access to your child. Can you imagine the shitty things they've said about you in front of her? She shouldn't be exposed to that toxic bullshit without someone there who will protect her and her father. Sure, the FCK won't do it. I truly, and from the bottom of my heart, I am so sorry that you and your child have been through all this crap. You're not an asshole if you tell them about your husband's affair, but you are an asshole to yourself and your child if you don't get out and build a new healthy life for yourselves. Good luck, op.